Don't just tap out. Listen to Truth on Tap. DJ Bad Guy says so.
The Truth on Tap with host Kevin.
How can I say that my show is Truth on Tap if I don't come in here and set you free? Ooh, are we going to talk about some shit tonight? Get your friends in here. Get them in.
Opening up the Truth pipeline.
So what's this show going to be? Well, I'm going to set you free. That's what the Truth does.
For these bitches.
Truth on Tap.
WesJohnson.com. Check them out. This is crazy. Do you know I love pickles and peanut butter? I cannot get enough of that. Pickles and peanut butter is like an orgasm during an orgasm, if that's even possible. I couldn't imagine the biological possibility of it, yet the fantastical fantasy possibility is quite real.
My right to say how I say it's mine to give. My heart is mine to share. My soul's
Truth on Tap.
I am going to uncover the deepest, darkest parts of the human psyche right in front of you.
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead.
I could have fun with this guy, though. He's got a picture of his penis up there, and he guesses he's a black dude looking for a twink.
All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth?
Feel the blunt force trauma of that during the show, yeah.
Don't tap out. Get the truth. Truth on Tap. Tap, tap, tap.
What's happening at 10 o'clock, Papa Mama, on 11/22/2014? Kev's gonna bitch. I'm due a show. You're due a show from me. But I'm not coming at you with this smiley-ass, joking kind of shit tonight. No. We're going to be talking about some of the stuff that has me a little displeased of late. A little displeased. My Washington Capitals just dropped another game to one of the worst teams in the NHL. So fuck them. Let's go ahead and drop that F-bomb. Not seeing what I need to see with my team. Not seeing it. Which is just, remember what makes a good team? And you didn't care if they lose? Who were the teams you liked in the past where you didn't care if they lost because you just loved the way they were playing? They were guys or girls, depending on what you were watching, that cared about one another. That showed up to the fight when one was getting in a fight. That helped their injured teammates off the ice. Goalies that manage to keep their feet underneath them and not look like they're trying to break dance all the time as soon as the puck gets a little floppy around the net. Fuck that. You're not going to win a cup like that. I tell you what, I won't give up on the Capitals, but as long as I'm staying on this wagon that I've been on with 40 years with them, I'm bitching. I'm gonna bitch about them. Oh, shitty play. John Carlson, shitty player. Joel Ward doesn't care anymore. Last two games, he sucked total ass. Mojo, afraid to take a hit. You guys that don't know who these players are, it's really, is it any different? Is it any different than what you see with your team when they're fucking up? Not really. Not really. Few guys that don't care. Few guys that get scared. Few guys that suddenly find themselves thinking unlike a professional. Then you got the few guys that are carrying the team for what good it is doing. They always show up to play. For the Washington Capitals, that's Nick Backstrom, that's Jason Chimera. These guys show up ready to play every game, and they give everything they have. The rest of them, fuck them. That's what I'm saying. Fuck them and fuck Thanksgiving. It ought to be thanks-taking, not Thanksgiving. It's thanks-taking. Immigration hot button item. We took it. We took America from the American Indians. Oh, first we just came in and we were neighbors, remember? They were probably looking at their immigration shit, going, we don't have anything for whites coming from Europe. Just let them in? All right, let them in. They'll be neighbors. They'll work along with us. Next thing you know, a couple raids here and there. And, well, you got a nation of 300 million with about 1% of them being Native American Indian. Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. You can't win. Hold on, what's this?
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap. You're listening to
And
Truth
it's a
on
promo
Tap
for
with
Ed
host
Now.
Kevin Kierstead. You're listening to Truth on Tap with host Kevin. You're listening to You're listening to Truth on Tap with host Kevin Kierstead.
I don't know. I can't find Ed Now's promo, so y'all are going to have to deal with that. We're just going to go with talking for now, since I got a couple sound files juggled up here and the program is not finding them. Sorry, Grandpa Al. I'll try to get your... I had it loaded. It's just not playing, so that's why you just heard me restarting a bunch of shit. Yeah, I picked the most active time slot because I knew that people would probably leave me alone. I wanted to bitch. This is not an interactive show so much, Mr. Apocalypse. This is a Kevin's Gonna Bitch show. I don't do it often. I don't like people that complain incessantly. I don't like shows whose main focus is attacking some group or some individual. Got a list up here today. Scary shit. Here's a list of the most listened to radio shows in America. Now, some of you guys, especially you guys who do your own shows, have probably already done a little research here. You know who's ranking up at the top. But let's look at it and then ask ourselves why. Because in America, what I've learned is we want chaos. The grand majority of Americans function more comfortably when they have enemies to point fingers at. I want you, especially if you're older than 40, to think about a time in your life when your peers and your family said, I'm satisfied with this American government. This is the way things should be run. Think of that moment. When was it? I want you to tell me who was in office at that time. Because I'm guessing you don't have that moment. And I'm guessing that's true because people generally need an enemy. Some people need an enemy to feel like they have a cause. Because if there is no enemy, then there is no fight. And some people aren't comfortable with peace. You know it and I know it. We have put into place an American government where you can blame any party and be right. That's what we've wanted all along, isn't it? Unobstructed paths to criticism. I think it's the right that's causing problems. You're right, they are. Well, I think it's the left that's causing problems. You're right, they are. Well, I think it's the goddamn independents causing problems. You got it, sure are. We've got them all in office now, so we can blame them all. How about that shit, huh? You want to know why your government's broken? Keep in mind your government is a representative government. If your government is broken and they're representing your populace, what do you suppose your populace is? They're broken too. We're a broken people. We're broken manimals. We need to admit that and admit our true motives. And if we don't recognize what those motives are, take a goddamn minute and think about it. What do you want out of life? What gets you up every day? What are the first 3, 4, 5 thoughts you have when you roll out of bed besides your morning boner and taking a piss? Wipe those out because those are automatic. What comes next after that in your mind? That's what you care about. Is it who you're going to attack that day? Is it that bitch at work that's trying to undermine you at every corner? Is that what it is? Is it your ex who's trying to drive you insane in every way she or he can figure out a way to do? Is it your kids who keep setting the goddamn cat on fire and tying bells to its ass so it runs through the naked neighborhood in flames? That's not good. Nobody wants to see a naked cat in flames running through the neighborhood being chased by bells. Yes, that's entertainment in America, but it's a torturous kind. We don't want that. We want to see other people hurt, not animals. Rush Limbaugh show is number 1. Number 2 is the Morning Edition, Public News. Number 3, Hannity. 4, All Things Considered, back to Public News. 5, Delilah. 6, Marketplace. 7, Dave Ramsey Show. 8, Glenn Beck. 9, Mark Levin. I think that's how you say it. 10, The Savage Nation. 11, Fresh Air. 12, Prairie Home Companion. 13th, and this is kind of cool that it's 13th, Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Talk. Yeah, how perfect of a ranking is that? I wouldn't want to be anything but 13th if I was that show. And on down the list it goes. And even Bubba the Love Sponge makes the top 20. So this shows you what people are listening to in America. And when I look at this list, I see a few diverse groups. I do not see one group listening to Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity and Glenn Beck that is also listening to Morning Edition and All Things Considered and Fresh Air. No, those are two very separate sides of the fence. People tune in to hear what they want to hear. I have a small audience that I think tunes into my show because they want to hear something that's a little more accurate, even if it doesn't line up with what they traditionally believe is true. I have never been afraid to correct myself or prove myself wrong. I like being proven wrong because that means you just made me smarter. Not a lot of people think like that. I can't tell you that's the best way to think. I can tell you that for me it's the only way to think. I have a scientific mind. When it comes to evidence, I need to see the evidence. If I haven't seen the evidence, I'm not going to dismiss what you're saying, but I'm just going to put that on hold till I see some evidence. It's really that simple. It's really the way I think. And so let's see. Fuck Everything is the name of this show, and I mean it. Fuck everything. You know, Thanksgiving my ass. We took the country from the Native Americans. And I know people are saying right now, Kevin, come on, what are you doing? You're a white European immigrant. Are you selling us out? No, I'm not selling us out. I'm calling it how it was. Why are we denying it? Let's call it what it was. And now we're going to get our feathers all ruffled because Mexicans are coming across. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you that I think now in this country, with current security threats, we need people following the rules on immigration. We do. But we also cannot be heartless in our deportation and efforts to bring them in line with the law. You can't be heartless because unless you are a Native American, you're an immigrant. Like it or not, your family came here from someplace else. Most of them didn't have permission. Just came right on over, plopped up and said, this is home. And now, because what? Because you were here first? You're going to say, well, the Mexicans can't come in. The Indians, I don't even know if they tried to say that. My initial impression is that most of the tribes were rather accepting, thinking that there were going to be small settlements of these strangers here and there. I think when they saw the tidal wave come in, shoving them out of their homes, they probably took on a different attitude, most of them. You might have had your peace-loving ones like the Hopis just saying, oh, we'll just pray to the gods and hope it all works out. But, you know, your Apaches, your Comanches, your, let's think of some other Native American Indian tribes, all kinds of, think of all the vowels. Give me some vowels. Seminole tribe, how about the Chattanooga Choo-Choos? That sounds like an Indian tribe. We'll call them one. And if not, they may become one, so you shouldn't rule it out. Let's see what you crazy asses are saying in chat. Guy Shea says, I don't believe any one person born here now in the U.S. is an immigrant in any way, nor owe anyone anything from 300 years ago. Well, maybe we don't owe anyone anything, but maybe we owe the people that are coming in the same gracious attitude that the Indians showed to us. Maybe we owe them that, as long as they do it the legal way. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's... of course, there was a lot of war. Grandpa Al is in the chat, along with Guy Shea, Apocalypse. I believe I saw Andrew in there, my number one Australian. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I actually just... No, he's in there. Andrew's in there. A new show, Kevin. Wow, where's the blue moon? Well,